Welcome! I'm SHINTONE, and when it comes to Jump Force news, there's absolutely nothing. We got nothing still. When do I expect it? Well, first, before I tell you when to expect Jump Force news, we have to talk about the past once again. I've done so many character past talks up to this point, one around the same time last year, and even in conversations in my Jump Force Resurrection series where I talked about the improvements Jump Force it needs to be made to Jump Force. I feel needs to be made. They're propositions, of course, and I hope that Spike Chunsoft or somebody from Bandai has seen that videos or at least seen where I was coming from, and when I was talking about the improvements. But this video is gonna be about the presentation of the past. Now, I wouldn't say more realistically presentation of what they could do, is more so on the thinking about how Bandai Namco handles their DLC content. When it comes to Tekken 7, Soul Calibur, and Dragon Ball FighterZ, all published by Bandai Namco, and their handlation of DLC characters comes in season passes. It would only make sense for Jump Force to come in season 2, right? I've always been against this, and that's why I always refuse to use Season 2 in the title of my videos, because I think Jump Force needs so much more than just another fighter pass. Jump Force, compared to those games, is well, definitely, those games are a lot better in general, but Jump Force is really trashed on, and in the public eye, in a lot of people's eyes, it's a really trash game. And I can't blame people for thinking that. I also can't blame the people that like Jump Force and wanted to succeed. You know, it's a crossover game. It shouldn't be the way it is. Bandai has realized that. Spike Chunsoft has realized that. They have to take extra measures, right? It can't just be another Season 2. Well, if it is, let's talk about it. Let's talk about the fact that there could be 6 character slots, and 3 of them could go to Dragon Ball characters. Dragon Ball, Naruto, and One Piece characters. That's probably worst case scenario. But I think at this point, Bandai has realized the outrage and the disappointment from both the Japanese fans and the around the world fans that they didn't really like the over celebration when it comes to Dragon Ball, Naruto, and One Piece characters. But you can't deny the popularity, and you can't deny the strength of these characters. So I think Bandai has to have something in mind. They don't want to lose the star power of Dragon Ball, Naruto, and a One Piece character in the past by not including them. However, they don't want to push people away by putting them inside their past regularly. But let's take a look at that though. Let's take a look at them regularly. Here's what I think they're doing right now. They know that another series will be good to the game. They have a budget of some kind. Of course, there's always that business type of aspect to it. So they're gonna add another license. It's gonna be Demon Slayer. Demon Slayer is really hot right now. But more so, what's also interesting is the fact that there's 2 Demon Slayer characters on this list, both Tanjiro and Izuku. Now, Zoko, being a separate character would be interesting, as I have a whole series kind of dedicated to talk about how they would play, but I'm going to do a little snippet here. Zoko could be like another deal in the game where she can only be playable at night. So that's an interesting thing right there as well to talk about. But she could also be a part of Tanjiro's moveset. But like I said, I got a whole series dedicated to that. So that's just a little snippet of what I think they should play like. Other than that, we got Merrick to complete the Egyptian God cards. Hiei, because why the fuck was he in the first game? I don't know how many times I'm going to say it. Anybody else is going to say he's guaranteed. Kaio, I know people prefer Raul, but I really want to see some Kaio because he's almost never in a crossover game like this. He's usually Raul. And Pop from Dragon Quest. We got another Dragon Quest anime coming up. Looks great from the little snippets that we saw. Would probably make sense. I would probably prefer Vern, but this is where I think they are going here. And I don't think they would do Vern in this pass anyway, because they don't want people to be spoiled on season 1 of the new Dragon Quest anime too soon. Now, I'm sure you noticed that I've taken out the Dragon Ball Naruto One Piece representation in the past and looking at it at a more alternate route that they could take. So let's just say they take them out of this initial 9, but they still want to sell those 3 characters. keep that in mind. Replacing it with a character like Yuno and Saga, so Saint Seiya can have 3 characters on the team, so Jojo can have 3 characters on their team, and so Black Clover can finally get another character, meaning that Dragon Quest and Black Clover can have 2 each. Yu Yu Hakusho, Jojo, Yugioh, and Saint Seiya can have 3. I mean, even in Black Clover, Fist of the North Star, and Dragon Quest can have 2, and with Tanjiro coming in, that's 2 representation right there. It kind of evens out at that point a little bit. But like I said, the Dragon Ball, Naruto, and One Piece characters still gets to be sold as well, but possibly as an incentive to buy the pass. Let's take a look at a few scenarios here. Take a look at the character pass 2. 12 characters. That's more than anything Bandai is doing right now, but Jump Force really needs it. And looking at these scenarios, the bottom one is the way I would kind of do it a little bit, more leaning towards my little favorites. The second one is kind of bringing back J-Stars. Like, there's a certain theme to each of them. Bringing back some J-Stars picks, and also appeasing the Japanese fan base as well, adding Kinnikuman, Taikubo. Everybody gets pleased with Tanjiro and Choriko, Tsuna, Alan playable, redeeming that. I mean, adding characters that were support in their last game. They don't even consider J-Stars, and Spectrum Software Bandai considers J-Stars to be a sequel to this, but a lot of people do. They should take advantage of that by making Alan playable. Kind of like a sorry. We're really sorry for making him support only. We fucked up. He's playable in this pass, and you get to have your 3 Dragon Ball, Naruto, and One Piece character representation too. You know, where it's like, you get to pay for it still, but you all win here type of setup. And the third option, I'm not sure if I said this, but that's how I kind of twisted it. Kind of a mix between the middle, adding Bobobo with some gag options, pretty much opening that up. You could replace it with Gitoki too, but I prefer Bobobo, so I can finally have my Yuki Bobobo team up. And Kinnikuman, Kaio's still there. I still think he should get in over Raul just first anyway. Maybe add Raul later, just because we have somebody different, man, to face Kenshiro. So at least have at least another Fist of the North for a character, please, for me, alongside Kinnikuman. Yami is there as an alternative to Yuno, just for this kind of video to show it off, but everybody believes that Yuno should be the second character, definitely, no doubt. Of course, for this third alternate pass, we have to have a JoJo representation, as having 2 characters in this game is a crime. Probably not as much as a crime as Black Clover getting 1, but it's pretty much up there as a crime. Anyway, yeah, JoJo. Jolene, why Jolene? If they're looking too much in the future, maybe they might add a part 6 character. I just put this for example, but I also put the 2 JoJos here for another example that they might do. Just like in the first character pass, how they had 2 My Heroes and 2 Bleaches, is also a possibility that besides Kimetsu no Yaiba or Demon Slayer getting 2, we can also get 2 of another series already in the game, like JoJo. Alright, so let's talk about the other elephant in the room here. What's going on with the subscription free season 2 updates? If they do it by the season, they have to do updates. And adding 30 fighting styles from the character's base roster, a lobby expansion, added accessible taunts as rewards, like clothes, but you can get them from rewards as well. That will make them more lucrative. Like getting taunts, this is something I also talked about in Jump Force Resurrection as an improvement. But I think bringing it back here, I don't think that's unrealistic or too far out. I think that will bring so much fun shit in the game. Like imagine doing a taunt in the middle of a game. I still can't get over. There's at least not one for every character in this game. J-Stars like intros and outros. This is also what I've talked about in Jump Force Resurrection. But I feel like these adding taunts, some few modes, and just refining animations and adding better intros and outros for every character will most definitely refresh the game by a ton. Tell me in the comment section below which alternate route would you take for the pass, including the fact that you would get Team Gohan, Sakura, and Nami immediately after you buy the pass, And would you agree with everything here? Basically, my name is SHINTONE. If you like content like this, be sure to subscribe. And until next confirmation, I'll be seeing you. Peace.